Readers, we have been learning that active readers think about the author's craft while they read. An author's craft just means the way that the author wrote the book so that the reader would think certain thoughts. So we know that Louis Sachar very purposely put a parallel plot in the book Holes, and we identified that parallel plot as being Elia's story, the great-great-grandfather's story. And we know that Louis Sachar purposely put that in the book so that we would think about how Elia and Stanley are going to be similar to one another. That was author's craft. Louis Sachar did that on purpose. We also began to notice that Louis Sachar uses opposites in the book Holes. He gives us two images that are opposite of one another over and over and over in the book. Like we notice that he talks about Camp Green Lake when it's really a wasteland, and that's completely opposite of a lake. He talks about Stanley as though he's a prisoner when really Stanley is innocent, and those are opposites. He talks about the rec room, but the rec room is really a wreck. Opposites. Stanley is looking for a miracle, but his family is cursed. Those are opposites. X-Ray's nickname implies that he can see really well, when in fact he has bad eyesight. Those are opposites. And Mr. Pendanski is referred to as Mom, even though he's not very compassionate and nice to his kids at all. So those are opposites. We decided that that was going to be our line of thinking, and we're going to continue to think about it as we read. Today, I'm going to be pointing out to you that Louis Sachar does another thing in the book that helps us think about our thinking. And that is, he uses what we call, ready Derek? Foreshadowing. Now, foreshadowing is a literary term, and here's what it means. Foreshadowing means that authors provide clues for the reader that help them predict what will happen. So today, when we find a really obvious clue that Louis Sachar gives us to help us think about how the book is going to go or how the book is going to end, we are going to stop. And we're going to recognize that that clue was put there purposefully. And it's called foreshadowing. And when we see that, we're going to stop and we're going to make a prediction. One thing was certain. They weren't just digging to build character. They were definitely looking for something. Now, I think that Louis Sachar really wants us to stop there. Oh, sorry, it's on the back table. That he really wants us to stop there and think about our thinking. Let's see what he wrote there. Look back. He said, one thing was certain. They weren't just digging to build character. They were definitely looking for something. So I think that Louis Sachar is giving us a major clue here. I think he's using that literary strategy I talked to you about called foreshadowing. I think he wants us to think about what is going to happen later in the story. I think he wants us to make a prediction about what they're looking for. Okay? So I want you to think in your head about what you think they're looking for. I think maybe they're looking for buried treasure. What do you think they're looking for? Turn and tell your partner. What are they looking for? So we have a prediction and we want to get that thinking written down on our sticky note. So on your sticky note, let's use our code P.
I'm running out of sticky notes.
And we'll refill soon. Let's also mark the page where we're having this thought, which is page 71. What is your prediction? What do you think they're looking for? Treasure, Giovanni's thinking? That was what I was thinking. Anybody have anything else to add to that idea? Brooke?
Well, since yesterday when they found that,
Last week?
Last week, they found the little gold bar thing. Maybe the warden is interested in that. Maybe she knows it's Kissing Kate Barlow's. Maybe she's trying to find, like, a treasure or something.
So, you're taking a little bit further. You're thinking it's not just any buried treasure. It's Kissing Kate Barlow's treasure. Tao?
Maybe it's to find Stanley's great-grandfather's fortune, because in a part of the story said that Kissing Kate Barlow robbed Stanley's great-grandfather's money. And maybe it's still there in the wastelands.
So Tao's thinking back to our text evidence. She knows that we considered the idea that Stanley's great-great-grandfather could have traveled across the wasteland that used to be Green Lake. We know that it's possible that he could have been there, and that could be the place where he was robbed by Kissing Kate Barlow. So we can combine what Tao is saying and what Brooke is saying, and we could make a prediction that maybe not only are they looking for buried treasure, but they're looking for Kissing Kate Barlow's treasure, and maybe they're actually looking for the money that belonged to Stanley's great-great-grandfather. Is that possible? Derek, what are you thinking?
It's the same thing, and I think it says Stanley Illness on it.
Okay, no spoilers.
Sorry.
Yep.
It's not Kissing Kate Barlow's money, because Kissing Kate Barlow robbed it from Stanley's great-grandfather, and it's probably going to have his name on it since it was his.
Okay, Kelvin?
I wonder what's so special about Camp Green Lake.
So you've got a question that's still lingering in your head? Okay, hold on to that question. We'll come back to it.
I think it's Stanley's great-great-grandfather, but he's like giving it to Stanley, and then what is it? It starts with W. Warden. Yeah, the warden. I think at the end. Well, not at the end of the book, but I mean, like, maybe the end of the chapter or the next chapter or something. It's coming up soon. Maybe, they're gonna, like, maybe Stanley is gonna find, like, what Brooke was saying, a treasure, maybe a treasure box or something, like gold or something, I don't know, like money. And, then maybe the warden will want it since she's kind of, like, rude, but not really rude, but, well, she is rude, kind of. And maybe she's gonna try and take it if she does find it, but then...
So you've got a whole story coming in your head right now. Let's get this thinking written down. I'm going to say it slowly and write down my thinking. And you get your thinking down while I'm getting mine written down. So you can either write what I'm writing or you can copy down your own thinking. So I'm going to write down the thought that I think they are looking for I'm going to abbreviate the word money with just the money sign. I think they are looking for the money Kissing Kate Barlow stole, you'll have to write small, from
This is Colin.
Stanley's. Let's make sure that we've got this right.
This is
Stanley's great grandfather, not great great grandfather, great grandfather.
This is Colin. That doesn't make no sense. Because you've got the R and the E.
I think they are. Thank you. And then put your initials in the corner. All right. So let me read it out loud to you. My prediction is, I think they are looking for the money Kissing Kate Barlow stole from Stanley's great grandfather. BJ.
I think Kissing Kate Barlow is the warden.
Interesting.
I just said that.
Harrison?
It's like 10 to go to music.
Oh, is it already? Darn. Yeah.
I think the warden and Mr. Kissing Kate Barlow was stealing Stanley's fortune. I think they were there, so they know what they're looking for.
Okay, so we've got some big ideas in our head today. And we learned that authors will give us, Bernardo and Brooke, will give us major clues in the story that will help us stop and make those predictions. So I think that Louis Descartes wants us to be having these thoughts right now. He purposely laid that clue out in front of us so that we would be starting to put this together in our minds. We have further to read today. We have more clues that are going to help us think about how this book is going to go. But our time is up for now. So will you just leave your things in the meeting area, right where they are? And we will come right back to this spot after music. Please line up for music.